Deep within an enchanted forest lived a young boy named Finn, best friends with a squirrel named Sammy. They spent their days playing hide and seek amongst the giant trees and talking to the friendly forest animals. One day, while playing by the babbling brook, they came across a peculiar sight. A tiny winged creature resembling a mouse was trapped beneath a rock. Its wings were crumpled and it looked utterly terrified. Without hesitation, Finn rushed to help, quickly moving the rock to free the struggling creature. "Don't worry, little guy," Finn said soothingly. "We're gonna help you." The creature looked up at its rescuers with tearful eyes and squeaked, "Thank you, I'm so grateful. Please accept this magical acorn as a token of my appreciation." Before they could respond, the creature fluttered away, leaving behind a shimmering acorn. As the sun began its descent, casting long shadows across the forest floor, Finn and Sammy decided to head home. But their peaceful walk was disrupted by a sudden commotion in the trees. Peeking through the leaves, they saw a group of older boys surrounding a bird's nest. In the nest, a baby bird was chirping frantically, its eyes filled with fear. One of the boys, a bully named Jake, picked up the baby bird, its tiny body trembling in his grasp. "Let's play a game," he said, a cruel smile spreading across his face. "Let's see how far we can throw this little birdie before it falls down dead." Horrified by the boy's heartless plan, Finn knew he had to intervene. Leaping out from his hiding spot, he shouted, "Leave the bird alone, Jake. It's not nice to hurt living creatures." Jake turned around, his face contorted with anger. "What do you care? It's just a stupid bird," he retorted, tossing the bird high into the air and catching it deftly. "I bet it doesn't even have a mama bird to care about it," Jake taunted, chucking the bird towards one of his cronies. Quickly, Finn dashed forward, snatching the bird out of midair. As he cradled the tiny creature in his hands, it calmed down, its rapid heartbeat gradually slowing. There," Finn whispered, stroking the bird's ruffled feathers. "You're safe now. No one will hurt you." Suddenly, the forest grew dark as if night had fallen. An eerie silence descended upon the clearing, broken only by the frantic chirping of crickets. Startled by the sudden change, Finn instinctively clutched the baby bird close. And then they heard it, a deep, resonant voice booming through the trees. "Who dares disturb the balance of nature, causing distress to its creatures?" The voice echoed, sending shivers down Finn's spine. Emerging from the shadows was a majestic owl with eyes that twinkled like stars. Perched on a low-hanging branch, the owl regarded Finn and the other boys intently. "It was me!" blurted out Jake, pointing an accusing finger at Finn. "He was trying to kill that bird!" The owl swiveled its head towards Finn, its gaze penetrating. Then, as if sensing Finn's innocence, it turned back to Jake. "Is that true, young one?" it asked, its voice echoing wisdom and authority. Jake hesitated, his earlier bravado fading. He shook his head, realizing that his lies were transparent. "That's enough, Jake," boomed the owl, its voice firm but not unkind. "It is time for you and your friends to leave this place. You are grounded for 1 whole week. Not even your mother's baking will save you from that." The boys, humbled and ashamed, nodded their heads and scurried away. As they disappeared into the forest, the owl turned back to Finn, its expression softening. "You have shown kindness and bravery today, young one. I am proud of you." With that, the owl spread its magnificent wings and soared into the sky, disappearing into the darkening woods. The forest was quiet again, but the tranquility was short-lived. A piercing shriek echoed through the trees, followed by the sound of flapping wings. The baby bird that Finn had rescued earlier was in trouble. It had gotten tangled in a spider's web, its panicked chirps growing fainter by the second. Without hesitation, Finn dashed into the undergrowth. As he pushed aside the leafy branches, he noticed something strange. The web was spun by no ordinary spider. It shimmered with an otherworldly glow, and its intricate patterns seemed to shift and change like liquid silver. Suddenly, a voice rang out from the center of the web. "So the little hero has come to rescue his feathered friend, but I'm afraid you're too late. The spider has already claimed its prize." Startled by the voice, Finn stumbled back, crashing into a nearby tree. Rubbing his sore back, he looked around, trying to locate the speaker. And that's when he spotted a tiny figure perched on a leaf. It was the creature they had rescued earlier, the same one that had given them the magical acorn. "Do not be afraid," the creature squeaked, noticing Finn's puzzled expression. "I am here to help you. This is no ordinary spider's web. It belongs to a moon weaver spider, a creature whose webs can trap even the swiftest of birds. But you must hurry. If we don't act quickly, the spider will drain the bird of its life force and spin a cocoon around it, trapping it forever." Without wasting a moment, Finn carefully approached the web, his eyes scanning for a way to break it. The creature watched intently, its small paws clenched tightly. As Finn got closer, the glistening threads of the web brushed against him, and he suddenly felt an overwhelming urge to sleep. Fighting against the strange pull, he knew that if he gave in, it would be game over for the baby bird. With a final burst of energy, he reached out and tore a hole in the web. The trapped bird tumbled out, its tiny body limp. Quickly, Finn cradled the bird, whispering words of comfort. To his relief, the creature stirred, fluttering its wings weakly. "Quick, hold this," said the creature, handing Finn the magical acorn. "Close your hand around it tightly and wish for the bird to be saved." Though confused, Finn did as he was told, clutching the acorn with all his might. As the cool metal touched his skin, he wished with every ounce of his being for the bird to be okay. A warm glow enveloped his hand, spreading through his body and out into the forest. The acorn pulsed with light, and when it faded, Finn opened his hand to find a gleaming feather. The creature explained, "This feather holds the essence of the moon weaver spider's magic. Give it to the bird, and it will be healed." Gently, Finn tucked the feather into the bird's nest, hoping against hope that it would work. Moments later, the baby bird stirred, chirping loudly. It hopped out of the nest and flew in circles around Finn, its chirps filled with joy and gratitude. Overjoyed by the bird's recovery, Finn laughed and clapped. The creature beamed at Finn, its eyes sparkling with admiration. "You have shown kindness and bravery to all creatures, big and small. I am honored to bestow upon you the title of Honorary Forest Guardian." Suddenly, the forest around them shimmered, revealing a path bathed in golden light. "Where does this lead?" asked Finn, intrigued. "It leads to the heart of the enchanted forest," replied the creature, "a place where wishes come true and dreams take flight." Hand in hand, Finn and Sammy walked down the path, excited to see what wonders awaited them at the heart of the enchanted forest. They knew that their friendship, like the magical acorn and the shimmering web, held a special kind of magic. A magic that could heal, inspire, and guide them on their adventures together.